Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's been a little bit since I've done one of these fitness vlogs. I've been putting podcasts up and doing a lot of different things. Got sent out of town for a little bit. I'm back now, and I want to talk about a very important subject today. I just wrote an article recently for T Nation. It got put out a couple of weeks ago. I'll link that article below, but it was about how bad digestion can kill your testosterone levels. And a lot of us, we're so concerned with what we're putting into our bodies. We're concerned with the protein, the carbs, the fats, all the macronutrients. And if we're smart, we're also concerned about the micronutrients, because that's what battles total body chronic inflammation, keeps us healthy, keeps us disease-free, keeps our bodies in working order. But so many of us aren't too concerned with digestion. Now, a lot of bodybuilders joke about protein farts, they'll joke about being gassy and bloated, but it's really no laughing matter. If you have bad digestion, it can lead to a negative cascade that can absolutely obliterate your testosterone levels long before you're ready to give up training, long before you're ready to sit in a rocking chair. So here's the thing you need to keep in mind. Your digestive tract, it contains a good portion of your immune system, right? I've been talking about that in videos forever. It's also connected to your brain. Now, what happens, your immune system's separated from the waste inside of your intestinal tract by some places by a lining that's a single cell thick, and it's got these little openings called enterocytes. And if those become permeable, if your gut becomes permeable, what can happen is food particles can actually get in your bloodstream and interact with your digestive or with your immune system. And so what happens there is you start to get these autoimmune reactions, right? And so what'll happen is your body will recognize it as a foreign substance, and it'll start producing inflammatory cytokines. Now that starts with an uncomfortable gut, right? So you're getting gas, you're getting bloated, you might have diarrhea, you might have constipation, but it also leads into a whole host of other things, because those inflammatory cytokines, they travel around the body. So the next thing you know, you're starting to get achy joints. You're starting to recover more slowly from your workouts. You're getting brain fog, because remember that your intestinal tract is connected to your brain, and if it's inflamed, they influence one another. Your brain influences your digestive tract, and your digestive tract influences your brain. Think about when you're nervous, you get butterflies in your stomach, right? So if you're getting all of that, and you're getting the achy joints, you're getting signs of inflammation, what happens next is that your Leydig cells in your testes, right? These are the cells that help to produce testosterone. What happens there is those Leydig cells, they're super sensitive. That's why they're outside of your body in your testicles. That's why you have a ball sack, right? And that's because your Leydig cells don't like heat too much. And if they were inside of your body, it'd be too hot for them. They'd start dying off. But high levels of chronic inflammation can kill off those Leydig cells as well. So you go through that period, you're tired, everything like that, and then you start killing off your Leydig cells. So you're starting to cut off testosterone at one of the sources. The other thing that I actually didn't put into this article, but it should have been in there, is that this can also affect your brain. So if you get total body chronic inflammation, that can also lead to brain inflammation. And what a lot of people don't understand is that the hypothalamus, right, that produces gonadotropin releasing hormone, and then it travels down to the anterior pituitary. The anterior pituitary, that releases luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. And together, those two hormones, they travel down your testes to help stimulate the Leydig cells in order to produce sperm cells and testosterone. So if you get inflammation up in your brain, your hypothalamus and your pituitary, basically your hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, that can inflammation can shut that whole thing down. And so if you get inflammation up in your brain, that can lead to a really bad negative cascade. So what should you be doing? What should you be doing in order to start to improve your digestion? And I'm going to link to that T Nation article in the description box, and that's where I lay out all the things you need to be doing as far as your digestion goes to improve your testosterone. But number one, it starts with the freest thing in the world: chewing your food. I see so many guys, they're in a rush to eat, right? And they're just gobbling down chicken breast, they're gobbling down vegetables, whatever they can fit into their mouth. They want to get it done. They want to get it done quickly. if you don't chew your food, your saliva actually produces enzymes, amylase, and other enzymes that help to break down the nutrients that you take in. It begins to help to break them down. So you need to be chewing. The more you're chewing, the more you're releasing those enzymes, the easier time it's going to have on your digestive system. The other thing I would start to think about is introducing a good source of acid into your stomach. Now, a lot of people think that GERD it comes from too much stomach acid. And a lot of people agree with me on this, but it's actually because you have too little stomach acid. And so people who suffer from heartburn, agita, the GERD, they usually have too little stomach acid. So I would either take like an HCl supplement, or I would introduce some apple cider vinegar. Just put a couple of tablespoons into a glass of water every morning, 15 minutes prior to meals. It's also really great for lowering your postprandial blood sugar and allowing you to become more insulin sensitive. But I would just drink that in a glass of water in the morning and then prior to meals. And that'll help to introduce a little bit of acetic acid into your stomach to help with that digestive process. The other thing is get a good source of probiotics into your diet, right? So make sure you're including fermented foods. I talk about this all the time. Raw sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, getting those fermenteds in there can actually allow for a really, really good source of probiotics to populate your gut. You also want to make sure that you're getting a good amount of, she's handing me a kombucha as I'm talking. You want to make sure you're getting a good amount of non-soluble fiber into your diet, right? So things like celery. Celery is a great source of non-soluble fiber. Eat a couple of stalks every single day. That'll provide those bacteria with a good source of food, things to feed on. And when they feed on non-soluble fiber, or another really great source, which is resistant starch, you can get that from sticking a 1/4 tablespoon of resistant starch into a glass of sparkling water. Those bacteria, they release butyrate. Butyrate's a fatty acid that really helps to heal and soothe your gut. You can also start to heal your gut by taking collagen. Now, you can get that from bone broth. You can also get it from collagen protein supplements, but collagen contains a whole host of amino acids. It's also got some butyrate in there. It's also got glutamine, and glutamine is really important for healing your gut. And again, that's just a cursory explanation, guys. I'm gonna give you the link to that article, like I said, put it in the description box below. But the primary thing, and this is more important than the amount of protein you eat, it's more important than all the macro and micronutrients you eat, is digesting your food. Chew your food, make sure you're digesting it properly, take care of your digestive tract. You'll get so much more results from the food that you are putting in your body and from the hard work you're putting in if you see to healing your gut. With that, guys, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I will be talking to you all very, very soon with another video this week. And if you're interested in learning more about my own fitness philosophy, about the ketogenic diet, how to start the ketogenic diet the right way, check out my free course, startketoright.com. That's at www.startketoright.com.